enjoy it.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. My name is LUANDA and I'm from IDEX faculty in World Student Scope. Today we are going to take a look at different writings. So we check writing task 1 and writing task 2. And definitely we are going to deal with academic IRES writing. So take a look and take a journey with me, then we discuss together and we can see how we're going to solve the problem of writing task 1 and how we're going to solve the problem of writing task 2. I will help to show you very clearly on how we can answer task 1 in very good manner and how we can answer task 2 also in a very good manner. I will also explain the connectors which are mostly used in IRES. I will also try to explain to you the synonyms which are most used in IRES, and also I will try to explain how we're going to solve and how we are going to arrange each and every paragraph in our tasks. So take a look. This is task 1. As I always tell you, in task 1 is infographic type of question. Infographic type of question means information and graphs. When we talk about information, it means the information being given, okay? The data being given. And when we talk about graph, it might be the diagram or it might be different graphs. For example, they'll be given pie charts. You may be given table. You may be given bar charts. And you may be given more others. But today, we are having pie charts. Before all, I would like to tell you, in writing task 1, you'll be given only 20 minutes, which you should try to use them. And also, in task 1, you have to write at least 150 words. Bear in mind, at least 150 words in task 1. But in task 2, also, we'll take a look after this one. Now, this is our pie chart and this is our question. And our question, we've been given the question as it is this one, and we also have been given the data which has been calculated in percentile or in percentage. Okay, the question is, this pie chart shows the shares of total world food consumption held by each of 7 different food types in 2014. Now, you have to know, in writing task 1, it has been categorized into some passages, into some categories. That means we have introduction. After introduction, we have to take a look of overall. After overall now, we have to make sure we write BP1 and BP2. What is BP? BP means body paragraph. So be body paragraph 1 as well as body paragraph 2. I will take you and I will show you how body paragraph 1 is written, what is needed in body paragraph 1, how body paragraph 2 is supposed to be written, and what is needed in body paragraph 2. So we have to discuss this together, you and me. And it's very easy, just take a look. As you have been given this type of sample food, and also they are being consumed. Remember, in introduction, you have to paraphrase the question. Paraphrasing the question means you have to write the same question with the same idea, with the same meaning, but you have to use other words, other structure. But the meaning should be the same. You should not change the meaning. That is how we paraphrase the introduction of task 1 as well as task 2. Paraphrase in introduction. So our introduction, we have first to look the main key or the main features. For example, in this one, we can find world food consumption. World food consumption. Instead of consumption, we can write uses, we can write utilized, or we can write spent. Okay, so we can say this pie chart shows the shares of total world food utilized, or you may try to say also this pie chart shows the shares of the total world food used, okay, or spent or consumed. So this is how we paraphrase your question. That is the introduction you have to bear in mind. Then after paraphrasing your question, now you come to overall. In overall most, we are looking for the highest value and the lowest value. That means overall is sum up of the question, summing up of the given paragraph, summing up of given work. That's how overall should be written. So, as I told you before, our data has been calculated into percentum or percentage. Now, I will show each and every percentage to you. For example, cereals has been given 11.7 percentage. Bread has been given 5.5 percentage. Fish has been given 27.9 percentage. Moreover, we have been given vegetable, which is 10.5 percentage. Not all this one, but also we have been given rice. Rice has been given of 2.5%. Then we also been given meat. Meat we have been given of 31.4%. Then we have been given fruits. Fruits we have been given for 10.6%. So as it is seen, we have different types of food: cereals, bread, fish, fruits, meat, rice, and vegetable. Then we have to discuss this one on how it was consumed in 2014 according to the datum given, according to the percentage given. So let's take a look. In overall, as I told you after paraphrasing your question introduction, now we're going to take a look of overall. You may call it overall, you may call it overview, that's no big deal. They go the same meaning, also they go the same idea. Now in overall, we try to take a look the highest food consumed in 2014, the highest value. Then now we're going to take a look again for the least value or the lowest value which have been consumed in 2014. If we take a look from this pie chart, we can find, or it can be found, that meat is the value which has been consumed highest. That is 31.4% in 2014. And the least value, it is rice, which was consumed 2.5%. And before all, I got a lot of complaints, I got a lot of queries with different students. They don't understand in task achievement according to the tense of the question. How you present your question. For this question, if you try to check, it is 2014. That means when you write your work, it must be in past, because it's already past 2014, and now it's 2022. So when you're writing it down, try to present it in the past tense. Don't try to use it as a present, no. Okay, that's a huge mistake in whereby a lot of students try to do that. So take a look your tense, take a look the question, understand it well. After understanding it now, you can write it down according to the tense given. So the least one is rice, which is 2.5%, as it can be seen from the graph or from the pie chart. Now how are you going to write it? Your overall. In your overall, you write from the given graph. It can be observed, or it can be shown, or it can be illustrated that the food which was consumed in highest value was meat. That was consumed for 31.4% in 2014, whereas the least and the lowest amount food which was consumed was rice, whereby it was consumed by the percentum of 2.5% in 2014. That is your overall. That means it shows the general of the work. Okay, it just sum up the work. It sum up the pie chart. You're changing the information from the graph, you're changing the information from the chart, you're changing the information from the given diagram to words. That's the way it is. Now, after that one, we have another thing which is called BP1. When I say BP, that means abbreviation of body paragraph. So BP1, what I always do and what I always recommend my students to do, you have to try to check up the value which are slightly different, the value which are trying to be closer, and that you can represent in BP1. Whereas in BP2, you just try to check up the difference between percentage and difference between datum given. So for this one, we're going to try to check up the difference which have got slight difference, which have got very, very little difference, okay? If you try to check it out, we can find vegetable 10.5, fruits 10.6, fruits 10.6, vegetable 10.5. That means there's a difference of only 0.1%. So that one, try to write in your BP1. Like it is seen from the given pie chart, we have been given different type of foods which were consumed in 2014, and whereby you can find the slight difference between vegetable and fruits, and the difference was only for 0.1%, whereby we have been given vegetable 10.5 and fruits 10.6. That means the difference is only of 0.1. Very different, very small difference, and it can be neglected. So it is only the difference of 0.1% between these type of foods. That means fruits as well as vegetables. After that one now, it is easier for you to come up and write the next task. It is easier for you to come up and write the following task. If you don't mind also, you can just try to make comparison of this one in task 1. No, in BP1. That means it is series, which is 11.7. If we try to check 11.7 and maybe let's check maybe 10.5. When you minus 11.7 and 10.5, you get the difference of 1.2. Also, it's slightly different, but it's not much for you to write in BP1. That's no big deal. But if you want to try to write it, you can just try to do that. Okay? It's fine also. Now, let's take a look in BP2. What are you going to write in BP2? What are you going to do in BP2? And what's supposed to be written in BP2? Before doing that in BP2, let me just remind you something. In writing what we consider must, we consider connectors. After achieving your task, after task achievement, now we're going to consider connectors and wide range of vocabularies and how coherence and cohesion of your work or task is. Coherence and cohesion means the idea of the work you're writing and the structure of the sentence written. Whereby after considering coherence and cohesion, now we're going to take a look about grammar too. Is your grammar accurate? Is your grammar maybe correct? You know what the meaning of grammar? When I say grammar, I mean is the art of putting right words in a right time in a sentence. Right word in right time in a sentence. If it's past, past. If it's present, present. If it's future, write it in future. That's how grammar is. Because grammar is the rule of any language. Rule of any kind of language, you must use their grammar. Let's go on. We use connectors in our writing, task 1 as well as task 2. We have multiple number of connectors. For example, we can say whereas, that uses during when you're doing comparison. We can say while, also whilst you can use it. You can try to use not only this but also this one. Then you can try to use other ways. For example, in one end, in other end. We got another way also. We can use furthermore, we can use moreover. There are a lot of words which you have to use in your writing in connectors. Then bear in mind one thing which I want to forget to tell you. You should avoid repetition of words. In writing task 1 as well as task 2, try and try again. Avoid repetition of words. Because repetition of words can lower your band score. Repetition of words can just make you to score lower than what you expected. And for us, World Student Scope, we want you to score higher as owl's ego flying. So what are you going to do? You have to avoid to repeat the words. And how are you going to solve this one? We always provide to you a lot of vocabularies. We always provide to you number of vocabularies. So we could have wide range of vocabularies. If you have wide range of vocabularies, this will help you not to repeat the word in each and every paragraph. You'll have a lot of vocabularies and you can just try to use them. Let's go on. In BP2, I told you you have to do comparison between the given data or between the given datum. For example, you can just try to say, series was being given 11.7, which was consumed in 2014, as well as bread it can be seen that it was consumed of 5.5%, as well as fish, which was a bit higher, and it was consumed 27.8 datum, no, 27.9 datum in 2014. Moreover, it can be found also meat was highest value and was the highest type of food which was consumed in 2014, whereby it was given the datum of 31.4%. That's how we're going to write in BP2. And that's how we're going to do that. It's not a very difficult task. It's very easy task in task 1, and you can write it in very accurate way if you learn that from us. Moreover, what I want to tell you, and you should keep in mind, NB, that means nota bene. You have to note well that in task 1, there is no conclusion. Task 1, don't write conclusion. Because task 1, we are just given something, we are just given a diagram, we are just given a chart, and we have to change the information. It's not our opinion, it's not you are using intelligence, what we have. No. Just change the work, change the graph, put it into words. That's why we have to use the third plural, the third singular plural, it, in task 1. So this is the work, and we have done it, introduction of aerobic 1 and BP2. That's fine. Then we're going to take a look at task 2. You see the word how it is, task 2, how it's supposed to be done, and how it's supposed to be written. So this is what I did. You may just try to take a look. Okay? It was the sample answer which I gave you. If you didn't understand, you can try to leave here also. You can get a concept, you can get what I was saying. For example, meat is consumed the most. Okay? 31.4%. Fish are the second highest consumption levels at 7.9%. Cereals consumption represents 11.7% of the total. Fruits share of the consumption is 10.6%. Followed closely, okay, it's closely, that means it's very different, by vegetables at 10.5%. And then bread at 5.5%. The smallest food group in terms of the world consumption is rice, which is 10.4%. Next, the graph shows the overall global consumption is widely dispersed among food types. No one type has a majority share. Animal-based foods, that is meat and fish,
जल्दी जल्दी स्क्रीन बंद कर दो स्क्रीन बंद